Hello again. This is another program that my grandson Charlie Pepin uh, produced, and it's on inverse functions. And as I said in our previous one on linear functions, we'd like to get some feedback, and we want to make this programs available to anyone who's interested. A function like y equals mx plus b is a linear function, and the inverse function is obtained by interchanging the x and the y. And when you do that, you interchange the x and y and solve for y, you get y equals 1 over m, where m is the slope of the original function, 1 over mx minus b over m, where b is the intercept of the original function. All the facts about inverse functions are shown on this program. You just click on the tab. I'm not going to go into great detail, but basically the program shows the relationship between the function and the inverse function. For example, the function, the graph of the function is shown in blue, and the graph of the inverse function is shown in red. And we have a third function, y equals x, just a straight line with a 45-degree angle, slope of 1, for comparison. So if the value for b for the function is 2, and the value for m is 2, we have a function with a slope of 2 and an intercept of 2, and the intercept and slope of the inverse functions are minus 1, and the slope is 1/2. The slope, the inverse function will have the reciprocal of the slope. If the slope is 2, 1/2 will be the slope of the inverse function. So you can put different values in and see what happens. You'll always notice that the inverse function and the function cross, unless they're parallel, they'll cross the y equals x line at the same point. So the three lines will cross at the same point, unless the slopes happen to be the two curves happen to be parallel. And you can see under what conditions they would be parallel. I'm going to just put a value of 1 in here, and you can see they're parallel. And that's because if the slope is 1, if m is 1, 1 over m is 1, so they both have the same slope. If you put minus 1 in, they'll also have the same slope, but they're coincident. That's because if the intercept is b, the intercept for the inverse function will be minus b over m. If m is minus 1, the intercept will be b. So they both have the same intercept. So the lines are coincident in that case. If we make m equals 0, we get two perpendicular lines, and the inverse function has a slope of infinity and a y-intercept of infinity. All right. So these are interesting functions, and we have a bunch of questions that you can look at and try. We have the answers to the questions and interesting facts about them. I won't go into detail about this, but if you are interested, please drop me an email. It's on the information about the video, and I'll send you the inverse function program. If you're a teacher, you might use them with your students. If you're students, you might try them out, and I think you'd enjoy them. So thank you for your attention. As I said, we're looking for feedback, and I hope you'll find this interesting.